What's up, family? Man, I want to have a heart to heart with you guys. Okay. Um, this is gonna be hard for some of you. You know what I mean? It's gonna be hard for some of you. And for some of you, it's um, it's gonna help you a lot. It's going to help you a lot. Okay. Stay with me. We're going somewhere. Years ago, um, I worked as a counselor in prison, and I was given this seminar, and one of the inmates just kept looking at me funny, just making all kind of crazy looks, and just crossed his arms in total disgust, and just the energy was just off, was just completely off. You know what I mean? And I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that. Stay with me. We're going somewhere. And he got up and left. And so after the seminar was over, I went up to his room, tapped on his door, told him, "Hey, come down, talk to me in the office." And so he came down, and I had my supervisor there too, because I'm just learning. And what I mean by I was just learning, I was a counselor too at the time. Um, had only been there for like maybe a couple years, and I didn't feel comfortable asking this guy what was going on, because in my mind, I'm already on one. In my mind, this guy's already disrespected me. In my mind, this guy is giving me all these stupid looks and whoop. You know what I mean? And man, we about to get to the bottom of this. You know what I mean? We about to get to the bottom of this. And so, but I wanted my supervisor there just to make sure that for me, that I didn't go left. You know what I mean? That I didn't get ignorant. Because I could get ignorant sometimes. You know what I mean? I could get real ignorant sometimes. And so it was for my protection to keep me, okay, Elijah, you can't do this. You can't say that. You know what I mean? So he came down, and so I told him the rules that he violated, and just asked him, why did he do what he did as far as leaving the area and not returning like he was supposed to, not leaving his ID in his seat, and just a bunch of things he didn't do, and a bunch of rules that he did violate. And so he explained it. I said, okay, cool, no problem. And he was still out of pocket for what he did. And so I said, hey, you know what? I feel like there's some tension between the two of us for whatever reason. I said, did I do something to you? That hurt you? Did I do something to you that bothered you, that made you feel disrespected, that made you feel slighted in any way, shape, or form? You know, what did I do? Did I do anything? And this guy took a deep breath, you know, and then the tears started rolling. And I'm like, oh my God, you know what I mean? I'm glad I got my supervisor, you know what I mean? And so I'm like, dang. And he answered and said, no, you didn't do anything. And I said, okay, well, what's going on? And he looked at me, and he looked at my supervisor, and he looked at the floor, and the tears were just flowing. And he said, you remind me of my first time in prison, where 4 black guys gang raped me. I know it wasn't you, but you remind me of one of those guys. His answer shook me. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that response in any way, shape, or form. It rattled me. And I've never forgotten that situation. And that happened in 2007, 2006. Excuse me, 2005. That happened in 2005. Why am I sharing that with you? Because that's the answer that so many of you need to hear. What I mean, It ain't about you. It ain't about you. We personalize stuff. That ain't even about us. It ain't got nothing to do with us. We take other people's responses, other people's actions towards us, what they do, what they don't do, how they get down, how they hate it, why they hate us. You know what I mean? And it ain't even about us. It ain't about us. So many people that don't even take the time to get to know you, can't stand you, talking bad about you because of what they heard. Family, this is school. Life is school. I say this all the time. This is school. And man, this is some elementary, junior high school crap right here. You know what I mean? Oh, don't like him because he did this and she did this and most of the time it's all lies. The great majority of the time is all lies. They tell you stupid stuff. Why? Because they're jealous of that other person. They're mad at that other person. That other person triggered some stuff in them. That other person won't kiss their ass. That other person won't bow down to them. That other person won't feed into their BS. So now that they're mad at you, they don't understand you. And so they want to blame everything on you. They want to put stuff on you. They don't want other people to like you. They don't want other people to respect you or to cherish you or to see the good in you. Because your light outshines their light. And so they're going to try to tarnish your reputation. They're going to try to tarnish your legacy. They're going to try to I can't see. They're going to try to dim your light. It ain't about you. It is what it is. Don't get distracted and start trying to fight that fight. Don't get distracted and start trying to justify and explain yourself to all these other people who ain't interested in what you got to say. They don't care. They've drunk the Kool-Aid. And it is what it is. That's their journey. The lessons they're going to have to figure out. Don't get caught up trying to explain who you are to people who don't give a crap about who you are. They never give a crap about who you are. What do you look like trying to explain to them, trying to get them to like you? How foolish is that? They ain't never gonna like you. They don't want to like you. It ain't about you. It ain't about you. You know what I mean? And so you have all these people who you've done all this for, all these things you try to do for them. And they'll find one thing and they'll try to ruin you or dislike you and hate you because of that one thing. And totally ignore, totally dismiss everything else that you try to do. All the times you've been there for them, all the times you've helped them. It ain't about you. Stop wasting your time and energy seeking the validation of those people who don't give a crap about you. It ain't about you. They don't like you. They hate you. Whatever it is they got going on in their world, in their head, it is what it is. It is what it is. How can somebody hate you who's never taken the time to really get to know you? How can someone totally be disgusted with you and not like you, and they've never taken the time to get to know you? We have to grow up. I say this all the time. We have to grow up. Every one of us got issues. And so those people that are spreading all that negativity about you, they got issues. And so other people hearing their drama, other people hearing their madness, don't even understand the fact that these people are seeing you through tainted eyes. These people are seeing you not for who you really are, but because of their issues. And so now you have this other person, this other group of people not liking you. They've never taken the time to get to know you, but they don't like you because this person said all this stuff about you. And these people didn't have the insight, the understanding to form their own opinion. These people didn't have the wisdom to sit back and say, well, man, this person probably got some issues, and their experience with this person is based on all these other issues. Instead of me taking their word for it and running with it and forming this opinion of this person, of this other person, you, without getting to know you, man, that's ignorant. But that's what people do. Get over it. It is what it is. It is what it is. When people see you, man, you have to understand something. They see you through the perspective, the lenses of their life. And what do I mean by that? Man, you're going to remind them of people that you don't even know anything about. You could say something, the way you carry yourself, your demeanor, it can remind them of somebody. The way you walk, how you dress, how you carry yourself, how you talk, how you articulate yourself, man, it can remind them of somebody. And it can also remind them of what they are not. Funny thing, when I used to mentor a lot of young men, and I would take them to my mom's gravesite. And I would sit there and we would have a heart-to-heart conversation. And most of the young men that I mentored were in single homes. Their moms was raising them, and they were completely disrespectful to their mom. Their father wasn't in their life. Either he was gone on doing with someone else, or he was locked up or strung out. It is what it is, he wasn't there. And so their moms was trying to do everything. And their moms weren't perfect. Some of them were ex-drug addicts, some of them were alcoholics, ex-alcoholics, and some of them were just trying to get their life together. And, we all have our struggles, And so I would sit there and I would talk to these young men, and I would listen to them. And one of the things that I wanted to remind each and every one of them was about triggers. Triggers. Because the great majority of the young men that grew up with a single mom that I mentored, that I worked with, had anger issues, had low self-esteem. They could be good one minute and the next minute they just be on one, and they didn't understand. And so what they had to realize was that they could see some kid with their dad, and they would get pissed, not even knowing that, and they got pissed. They got jealous. They got hurt. That was a trigger for them. That was a trigger for them. Just send another kid playing with their dad. Just send another kid. And it didn't even have to be their dad. These people didn't know whether that was their dad, their uncle, or anybody. They just saw that kid with a male, adult male, and they assumed that was their father. And in these kids' mind, man, how come my dad don't like me? And that's just proof that I suck, because even my dad don't want to be with me. My dad don't want to hang out with me like that. My dad won't do this for me. My dad won't do that for me. Boo, do. You know what I mean? And so all these things are going through these kids' mind. Just by seeing some little kid, some random little kid, and an adult male together. They were triggered and didn't even realize they were triggered. Or they could be at school and some kid could say, yeah, my dad took me out to ice cream. My dad did this. My dad's going to take me to get this. My dad's going to give me this. My dad's going to do this. My dad bought me these shoes. And that became a trigger. That became a snapping point. Because again, these kids didn't have their father in their life. And this other little kid has his father. And so now my client is mad at that kid because he has his dad. My client is now angry and even more frustrated because this kid is talking about times, great times with his dad. And my client don't have those memories, don't have those experiences. And so my client is feeling like this kid is throwing it up in his face. And even though he's not, he's just talking about the experiences with him and his dad. But my client personalized it because he doesn't have those things. And so now he hates this other kid. And this other kid has no idea why this kid, my client, hates him. Why my client is constantly bullying him and beating him up. Why my client won't be his friend. This other kid is now personalizing it and thinking, man, I suck. Man, I just want this guy to like me. I just want this girl to like me. I just want to be their friend and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And man, nothing I do is good enough. And I didn't even say anything to them. And I try to, stay away from them. And no matter what, they are mad at me. No matter what, they're angry at me. No matter what, they beat me up. No matter what, they're always talking about me. And they're always putting me down. And they're always telling people stupid stuff about me. And they're always lying on me. And they're always trying to get me in trouble. Blah, 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 blah. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. Because my client was hurt. He's now hurt this other kid. And this other kid has no understanding of why he's been hurt. We do that as adults. We hear one person's story, not realizing it comes from drama, not realizing it comes from trauma. Unhealed trauma. And we take it and we run with it. And because we run with it, we now create this big idea of who these other people are. It ain't about you. It ain't about you. And it sucks when it's family. Man, it sucks even more so when it's family. When family won't mess with you, when family won't talk to you, when family are hating on you, when family are dogging you out. When all you want to do is be loved and accepted and embraced by your own family. And you're the black sheep in your family for no reason. Other than the fact that, man, you want to do something. You know that you came here to do something with your life. You had this innate ability to just love and give. You're this beacon of hope. You're this light in this dark world, and people are mad at you. They don't understand you. They think it's fake. They think you're phony. They think you're pretending, but they won't even take the time to talk to you. They won't even take the time to spend to get to know you. It is what it is. It is what it is. My hope and prayer is that you understand that it's not about you. You stop personalizing how everybody else gets down towards you. You stop personalizing all the hate and all the rejections that people throw your way. how dismissive they are. I know it hurts. I know it hurts. I've been there. Hey, you know what I mean? I've been there. It's the story of my life. You know what I mean? It's like I got 7 PhDs in that. You know what I mean? Gosh, I know that pain. I know that pain. I know that loneliness. I know that frustration of wanting to be loved, wanting to be accepted, wanting to be embraced, having pure intentions, and people not seeing them, people not giving you the time of day, people hating on you, people dismissing you, people trying to dog you out, and all these other different things. Man, we all know those experiences. And some of us, put that way, some of us, we've done those things to people. We've done those things to people because we were hurt and we didn't know any better. As we begin to wrap up this year, 2021 is fastly coming to an end. And my hope and prayer is that as it ends, so too will all of our personalizing all of the stuff that we've gone through. All the times people broke your heart. All the times people walked away from you. All the times people didn't want anything to do with you. And they wouldn't even take the time to get to know you. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about their unhealed trauma, their unhealed drama. Stop personalizing it. Because when you personalize it, you tear yourself down. When you personalize it, you get frustrated. You get aggravated. You start getting mad. You start getting toxic, bitter, and all these other negative things. You stop fulfilling your purpose. Your light stops shining as bright as it could. You dim your own light. You didn't come here for that. You didn't come here to dim your light. No one can dim your light but you. No matter what they say about you, no matter how much hate they throw out there about you, no matter whatever, they can't dim your light. You dim your own light by getting caught up into the drama, by getting caught up into their chaos, their madness. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.